Hello everybody, so it's time for another unripe fruit. Could this possibly be an unripe fruit month? Well, we've got two now. All I need is another two and it's just going to be amazing. But we'll see what I can find. This time I have a unripe mango. Now you might be asking yourself, hey, didn't he review an unripe mango already? Well, I did. Back a long time ago when I was in the Philippines, I reviewed a very unripe mango. And the thing is that like mangoes are utilized at varying stages of ripenesses, depending on how you're going to use it, especially if you go to other countries. So, of course, like in the US, we eat ripe mangoes, maybe overripe mangoes, but not usually the unripe ones. Well, you can actually eat them very unripe, which is what I reviewed in the Philippines. And when you review it very unripe, it has kind of like a vegetable taste. It's just like crunchy. I described it as tasting like a carrot. That's what it tastes like. There's no fruit flavor to it. It tastes just like a crunchy vegetable. If you ripen it a little bit more, then you get this guy here, and if you keep ripening this, then you get the fully ripe mango. Now, what this is usually used for is, well, it's used for cooking, and it's used for more like vegetable-like dishes. But people do eat this just as its own, which I will do. How this is normally eaten is like most unripe fruit that I've talked about, with salt, or maybe a little bit of this plum powder stuff, or with chili powder, fish sauce, stuff like that. It's a lot harder, as you would imagine, since it is unripe. It hasn't softened up that much. And if you look on the inside, it's white in there. It is very aromatic. It has like a very like, I don't know, like, it's got a mango smell to it, but like very like piney mango. Alright, I'm just gonna try it first on its own. It's good. It has like a regular mango flavor, but it's not as sweet. It's much more sour. And the texture is nice and crunchy. So this actually is really good to be used in things like salads and things like that. If you take this and you slice it up and put it in a salad, it would be like having carrots, like the texture of a carrot, maybe a little less firm than a carrot, but with more flavor. If you use enough of this stuff, you don't need like salad dressing. I mean, it's got like a nice, strong taste to it. And using it in applications like that are quite nice. You actually take this and make something like papaya salad. That's a good idea. Just take like mango, shred it up, add some other vegetables, add like little like lemon juice, some salt, some garlic, pepper, stuff like that, and it's really good. They do that in like Thailand a lot. On its own, though, people normally don't eat it just like straight out. I mean, you can. If you do eat it on its own, it's usually done with a little bit of salt like this. So I'm going to just try it with some salt on it. Ooh. That just like amps up the flavor even more. The whole like salt on unripe fruit thing is bizarre to me. I like it, and I can see like how this becomes like an addiction for people. I'm not quite all the way there. I like it, but I'm still trying to like understand like what I like about it. You add salt to a sour thing and it like, I don't know, it makes the sourness easier to take, which is strange because you're making it more flavorful and stronger. But in a way, it kind of like takes away a bit of that sour taste and it adds something else. So it's strange that way. It makes me wonder if I'm going to get like a horrible stomach ache if I eat too much of unripe fruit with salt on it. But for some reason it works. And other strong flavors as well, like putting like chili powder on it will help, or the plum powder and stuff like that. I'll actually try it with the plum powder, why not? Also quite nice. I prefer the salt. I think the plum powder is like, I don't know, it's a bit much for me. It's a little bit too complicated to put plum powder on things because you're adding so many different flavors. You're adding plums, okay? You're adding salt. You're adding chili. You're adding like different things like that. To like use like a mix like this is like a little too overbearing for me. Adding a little bit of salt though, it works with the flavor of the fruit. Yeah. One other thing to note is that this is really popular for cooking. So if you're making something, in a pot and you want to add like a sour element to it, this works really well. It can be used in that kind of way. Like if you're making like a curry or like a soup or something, even like a stir fry, anything. You can take some of this mango, slice it up and throw it in the pot, and it's going to add like a nice sour taste to it. One popular ingredient in Indian cooking is this stuff here, which is probably like one of my most used spices. Okay, this is mango powder, and all that is like they take these, they dry them out, they grind them up into mango powder. I mean, it's better than using like a lemon or anything. You can sprinkle it on, and it just like packs in a nice like sour, citrusy kind of flavor to it. But now that I have a ripe one, it's making me think of like what other sorts of things I could do with it. It might actually be interesting to like slice this up into like strips or something and like dip it, like, or put it in like a fruit tray or a vegetable platter. That's always interesting. I think there's a lot of things that you can do with unripe mangoes, but for whatever reason, people in the US very rarely use them. So if you see one of these on hand, if you see one of these at your supermarket, or Asian supermarket would especially have them, pick one up and play around with it, because I think there's a lot of things that you could do with this, and there's a lot of uses you can get out of this. So if you get the chance, check it out. Okay, I only have 1 minute, so I have to make this fast. Guys, click the like button if you enjoyed this video. Click the subscribe button if you haven't already. Click that bell. I don't know what the bell does, but it probably gives an angel its wings, so click on it. That dislike button, don't click that one. Go to comments, leave a comment if you have something to say. Go to this description, because in the description there is a link to my Patreon page where you can help contribute to my channel and make it grow. There's also a link to my website where you can see a backlog of videos, more information, and also you can buy a t-shirt at my website now. I want to give a special shout out to the channel Smarter Every Day, because Smarter Every Day is a mega contributor on Patreon. They're really helping me out. If you like what I'm doing with fruit, check out his channel because it basically covers everything involving science. It's really interesting. Also around there, there should be a couple of videos right here. These are the videos to my next week's episode, if it's up, and last week's episode, where you can check that out. I still have 3 seconds, guys, so thank you so much. Bye-bye.